Right, okay, we're back on the road again with our advanced driving techniques, and today I want to talk about what makes a good driver. Now, there are 7 points really that we need to address when we're looking at what makes a good driver, and a lot of them are human factors and some are mechanical factors, what I call mechanical factors. So let's talk about the first thing that makes a good driver. And actually that's the ability to be critical and have an honest appraisal of your capabilities when you're driving. And it boils down to a person's characteristics really, and your own attributes. So are you a patient driver? Are you a restrained driver when it's appropriate for you to restrain your driving when, for instance, meeting other vulnerable road users? Human attitude contributes a lot, and your personal attitude contributes a lot to how good a driver you are. You know, we've all seen cases of road rage. Well, obviously those people have not got the ability or have lost the ability for some reason to actually make a critical and honest appraisal of their own capabilities as a driver. So that's the first factor, is your own personal attitude, your honesty and your awareness. Now we all know, and I've passed all of the highest civilian driving qualifications and I teach at the advanced level, we all know there's no such thing as a perfect drive. All of us at some point, we are human, so we will make mistakes, and our attitude will allow us to make that critical awareness and do something about it rather than just ignoring it. So that's an important point to make. There's no such thing as a perfect drive or a perfect driver, but the ability to be critical and honest with yourself is a great place to start in being a good driver. The other thing, or the second thing I should say, when being a good driver, is to identify and keep to a minimum the risks that you come across on the road. So don't purposely put yourself in a place where you're going to get yourself into trouble in terms of safety when you're driving. So you need to keep all of those things to a minimum, and that's a good factor to have. You also need to be aware of your limitations, your own personal limitations. You know, you may have a cold, you may not be feeling well, you may have not slept the night before very well, and that affects your personal limitations to drive. So being aware of those, but also being aware of the limitations of your vehicle. So you need to know and understand the capabilities of the vehicle that you're driving, and that makes you a better driver. That makes you understand and evaluate the capabilities of the vehicle. So third point is your capabilities and the vehicle's capabilities. Now the fourth point is to have an awareness of the risks that you're facing in all the road conditions. So at the moment, if you're in the UK, we're in February 2024, we have had, across most of the country, a lot of rain, and we get a lot of standing water. In the north of the country, where I was last week, they've had snow. So you need to be aware of those risks, and being aware of those risks actually allows you to become a better driver, a good driver. So that's the fourth factor, is an awareness of your capabilities in any individual drive and the limitations of the vehicle that you are driving at the time. Now the fifth point is really, really an important one, and that's the ability to have good observation and good concentration. So obviously we use, as I've said in other videos I've made, we use pretty much 4 of our 5 senses to gain information from the road. And the majority of that is through vision, what we actually see. But it can also be from what we hear, what we smell, and to a certain extent, taste can come into it. If you are not familiar with that, then have a look at my other video on gaining information. But the ability to observe and actually see, not just look, but actually see, is really important, because the more you actually see, the more information you take in, allows you to make decisions and form what I call a driving plan. So good concentration, good observation, and you will find, and this is why we say that you should never really drive for more than 2 hours without a 15-minute break. That concentration on actually driving is quite tiring. And we also have to remember that concentration varies as you get older. It's an inevitable fact. So if you are older, then think about the period that you can actually effectively concentrate for when you're picking up all of the information from the road, like the road signs ahead, like the white lines in the road, the signs that may be on motorway gantries, in dual carriageways. Everything that's there is to give you information to allow you to form that driving plan. So good observation and good concentration. Now we come to sort of really the mechanical bits of being a good driver, and that's being able to match your speed and the direction of your vehicle to the varying conditions that you're going to meet along the road. So that's actually the ability to navigate bends effectively and safely, to manage road conditions effectively and safely, and good use of your accelerator, your brakes. So you need to be aware of the capabilities of your vehicle and how to actually operate them properly, because I've seen when I'm out teaching that a lot of people don't really understand the capability of their own vehicle. But the last point is really wrapped up in that. It's the skillful use of those controls. And like I say, the ability to fully utilize the vehicle that you've got. So those are the 7 key areas really that makes a good driver. How did you score against those criteria? Are you a good driver? Do you think you're a good driver? If you are, great. If not, in any case, I would always encourage you to undertake some kind of advanced driving course, to make yourself a safer driver, but also to make your driving more fun. And to me, that's what it's really about, is being safe and having fun when you're driving. So I hope that helped. If you did, then please give the video a like. It will get it seen by more people, hopefully. We can spread the word about safety and having fun driving. And if you want to be notified about some of the other videos that I'm going to release, then please consider subscribing to the channel.